Joe Pavelski to take your questions. Please raise your hand, wait for the mic, say the name of your outlet before your question. We'll start on the front left.
Joe Tracy Myers from NHL.com. Just with your line mates with Rope and Jason, just wondering over the past 2 seasons, how you guys have fed off each other, just the relationship you all have had on and off the ice.
Yeah, it's been good. All around. I think, looking back from 2 years ago is when we first got put together, we had some success, and I don't know if it was instant or not, but it sure did feel like it, and it was one of those things early on, you're just trying to play good and keep riding, the success we were having, and as it went, you could feel it was a real thing, and it should last, but nothing, I don't think we take it for granted. A couple, it's the chemistry on the line, the dynamics with Roop and what he can do with his speed and the skill he has, and Robo, the plays he can make and how he thinks the game, and he's got a great shot on him as well, and it blends together nicely, and it's been obviously a fun 2 years playing with those guys.
Stay on the front left.
Ryan Clark, ESPN. Joe, when you look at this postseason, again, for you, it's been another example of how you just get to the net front and you feast. Given that this is something you've done, what would you say you've learned more about operating and controlling at the net front now compared to, let's say, earlier in your career where you were still figuring out the nuances?
It's a good question. There's times, I think a big part of it is timing for me, and getting there and working there and finding lanes, and it's not as simple as just going there and standing there. Part of it also goes playing with those guys, when they're rolling around. Somebody has to be there, so it's a nice blend of just getting there, and those guys will go there, when I'm there, or when I'm not around, somebody's usually there. So I think we just read off guys nice. I don't know if you really learn something. You just learn where pucks kind of come, where deer coming. It was, playing with Jumbo and Burnsy, and Jumbo could be rolling up a wall and feeding Burnsy shots, and you're trying to read where he might be going. And it's just something that's grown over my career, I think, and an area for me that I'm not beating a lot of guys one-on-one, and I'm not really looking to, and I don't think there's not a crazy amount of guys that do, but it's, move the puck, get to the next space. I'd like to say it's as simple as that.
Front right.
Joe, Saad Yusuf, The Athletic. A lot has been made coming into the series about Pete and his departure from Vegas, but yesterday I asked him about why he chose Dallas, and he said a conversation with you said he'd trust you with his life. Just curious about what that conversation was like last year with Pete, and how has this year kind of transpired?
Yeah, we've always had a great relationship from our time in San Jose, and I think just a lot of respect for each other, and definitely one of my favorite staffs I've got to play for, and was, when things transpired this summer, I was excited to have that opportunity, and he's come in and done a great job with the group. What the conversation was, I don't know. We're just talking probably about the organization, about players, some things I maybe see, and some things he saw, and he thought that we could maybe do better. And some of the players we have obviously helps, I think, when a coach is looking at Dallas, and just kind of going from there. And they've come in and laid a great foundation and put us in a good spot, and guys have responded well, I think.
Center left.
Dan Rosen, NHL.com. Joe, it's clear in the game yesterday, for the most part, they wanted to get Carlson's line out against you guys when they could. Maybe it spread a little bit as the game went on, but certainly for the first half of the game, it ends up even 2-2. You guys got 2 goals. They got 2 goals. What do you think of the matchup? How do you think you guys handle it? What could you do more maybe in game 2 if that is another matchup that you're going to face?
We can just be better, I think, up and down the lineup for longer periods of time. We came out a little flat, which obviously we'd like to fix, but just some of our execution, some of our compete in areas. I don't think we're looking at one matchup or another. As a group, we're looking to take a step and find a better game.
Center right.
Joseph Hoyt, Dallas Morning News. Joe, Pete, when he talks about you, he often also talks about Jumbo and Patrick Marleau. I guess, how much influence do those two have on you as a player and a leader?
Yeah, he should. They're a big part, and I think he saw that early on with our group in San Jose, just how honest and hardworking and how much those guys love the game. And as a young guy, you come up in that, and you can't help but want more and want to do more and enjoy our time at the rink. And so they've had a tremendous, build on my game. And yeah, I'll always say it. You owe so much to those guys, and coming up and just all the good times and memories, and the games we got to play together. And yeah, I got nothing but great things to say. And 100%, they meant a big part of my career.
Center left.
Joe Trahan, WFA TV. I talked to Robo last night, and he talked about the calmness that DeBoer had when you guys were down in the previous two series. But when we talked to Pete earlier today, he said he wasn't as calm this morning. Can you talk about the message that he gave you guys and how you think the team received it?
Yeah, I mean, even in that message today, there's still a sense of calm. In my eyes, we're in the conference finals. There's a great opportunity in front of us. We're staring over at a really good team. So it's about understanding opportunities like these don't always come, and they're hard to get to this level and get to this place, and there has to be an urgency in our game. And but yes, he's been steady all year. That's one of the things with this group is he's relied on how we're going to respond and how we play night in and night out. And that goes a long way, I think. And for me, nothing really changed. It was a good message, and it's on the players at the end of the day to go out and execute and compete.
Front left.
Me again. On Robertson, we saw obviously the relief in his face last night when he got that goal. And how much did he need that, and how much can it kind of propel him forward to maybe get the goal scoring going again?
Yeah, it's playoff hockey. You look at a series, everything gets magnified. It's what's in front of us. There's stretches throughout a season. You go through these. Biggest thing is just to not get down on yourself. Keep playing, keep making the next play, keep making hockey plays, and finding areas. And he's got a great talent to him. And it was a nice goal he scored, and we're happy for him. And we want that to continue. But he's made a lot of plays. He's had a lot of lucks. The thing with me for him was the opportunities were coming. He was making confident plays, and I think you saw that the last couple games, even on the goal that Rupe scored. He makes a great play handling it, taking a little pressure, makes a play over to me. So a lot of those little plays are there right now for him, and yeah, it's nice to see guys score, and hopefully he can keep finding that success.
We'll take two more. Front left.
Joe, last night you see Rope have another big night. It's the fifth time he scored more than 3 points. Yes, everybody focuses on the offense with him, but what are those other details about his game that when you look at him, you can sit there and appreciate? And if you had to explain to the average person what makes this guy different, what would you say it is that makes him him?
He's just a hockey player. He's honest. He's wants to work. He wants to win. He all those types of things. Built. That's Rupe. And as a line, I know I can go forward check or be aggressive in this area because guys are going to cover for us. And there's no cheat. That's probably a great explanation to it. There's no cheat in his game. No problem stepping in, taking a big face off, blocking a shot. Defending hard. And as a player, that goes a long ways because the rush chances we get, the forecheck chances we get, we also get a lot off turnovers and reloading on teams. And he leads the way in a lot of those areas.
Last question. Front right.
Joe, kind of a two-parter. We obviously have asked you a lot about Wyatt for obvious reasons, but beyond that, Ty Delandra is somebody who you have, kind of helped with the net front and taking time out for that. So the two-part question is kind of, when did that kind of mentorship set in for you? And then secondly, along those lines, not being the captain, does that give you a little bit more freedom to roam with your leadership and pick your spots and things like that?
I don't know. It's part of it is just if you want to call it mentorship, if you want to call it whatever you want to call it, we're out on the ice trying to figure things out together, and in certain areas, and have a few more experiences, over the years that you try to share with them and see in each other's games. And sometimes, we're talking about certain plays, and it occurs to me that maybe I'm not doing it as well as I could be, or that's an area I could, get back to a little bit better. But you're just trying to grow together, I think, is a big thing. And I've had many of those conversations in the past with other players, and guys talking to me and coaches talking to me about it, things like that. And I think that's the biggest thing, is just we're in this together. We're trying to help each other out, and we want the same result at the end of the day. But just great people to be around, with Deli and Wyatt, and we have a lot of fun together, and go from there. I don't know if it's one thing, is just trying to improve together.
And just on the captaincy thing.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it frees you up or anything like that. I think you don't understand probably the role until you've been in it, to a sense. And for me, in my time in San Jose, we had the support in the group. Like, you had guys like Joel Ward, Paulie Martin, doing things with guys. Jumbo was unbelievable at that time. Patty, Burnsy. You had a great leadership cast, and I think when I came to Dallas, all I wanted to do was support Jamie, and know what a big job and probably what he's feeling at times with it, and just add extra stuff on the side wherever I could, because you'll understand as a player, you just want to help your teammates, and you just want them to help you. And that was something I've took kind of throughout my career, is you want to show up and you want to compete for the guys next to you, because that's what you expect of them. And that's probably the number one thing with leadership, is just, show up, play, compete, try to help guys, have them help you, and just be a group that's, excited to be out there together.